May 5th, 1945. The war in Europe had 4 days left, but no one told the men at Castle Itter. Inside those stone walls, France's most important prisoners waited. Tennis champions, military commanders, a former prime minister, people who had shaped a nation, now sitting in silence, wondering which side would reach them first. The radios were still running, the soldiers still listening, but what they heard was the sound of a collapsing empire. Order after order with no one left to follow them. The SS was coming, not to liberate the prisoners, to make sure they never left. The gates opened, the trucks moved, time was running out. Somewhere on a forest road in Austria, a convoy moved through the trees. It wasn't heading toward the front, it was heading toward the castle, and its orders had nothing to do with surrender. A Wehrmacht officer stood at the edge of a village and made the most unusual decision of his career. He didn't fight the resistance, he spoke to them. Because what was coming next required something the war had nearly destroyed: trust. The Americans arrived at dawn, a single jeep, a handful of men, no backup, no plan B, just a captain who looked up at those walls and decided that whatever happened next, those prisoners were coming out alive. What happened inside that courtyard had never happened before in this war. American soldiers, German Wehrmacht soldiers, French prisoners, standing on the same side, preparing for the same fight. History doesn't always follow the rules it wrote for itself. They watched the valley together. Men who had spent years trying to kill each other, now sharing the same wall, the same sight lines, the same enemy. The fog moved slowly through the forest below. No one spoke. They didn't need to. By morning, it was over. The prisoners walked out into the sunlight. The mountains were exactly where they had always been. The Battle of Castle Itter lasted less than 1 day. It saved some of France's greatest lives. It ended with former enemies shaking hands in a medieval courtyard as the last war in Europe drew its final breath. The strangest battle of World War II, and one of the last.